Never thought of falling in love again. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond, 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 beyond. It's been a while now since love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. Last forever. We will go. Ooh, baby. We will go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought no, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond, beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought never thought no, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. I hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
Yo, I think I'm gonna really give up this life. Let's try to be a better guy, But wait, man, they got a good girl, and they really feel they go treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's up with you?
Girls, some things about kind of resolve. I think I can just, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
you doing? Before you hang up, can you just listen for a while? I was stupid, I'll admit it. Should've never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long. Forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. Oh, I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I do. I apologize. I was wrong.
Hello?
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You're all amazing, I try to describe. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are. You are woman, yes you are, yes you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken, you have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful. Power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. So you are woman. Hey. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
Hail, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I'm your host, Neil. Joined as always my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek. Cheese on bread. We outside. Into the clip, all. I'm on full clip, into all. Yes,
Here.
Empty now, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. The people drop it. Wait, hold on. Wait. Don't say nothing yet. Don't say nothing yet. It was just good there, so but for some reason there, so we make sure everything went wrong things right here. So, hey, people here, you know.
Here.
Yeah, that's it.
There,
so yeah.
See my Kevin and the host. Kevin,
early on
first.
Yeah, he first. Yeah, welcome. You got Dr. Kerry in the host. Dr. Kerry has abandoned us. Bring her to Barbados and she cavorting. Yeah. You imagine that? She just on a boat.
Just got Zoe game beer horns.
Jeez, on, bro. Well, it is our culture.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Anyway, my brother, how is everything? How you doing, man? What's going on? Talk to me nice.
Man, I'm here waiting, as the old people would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just, ready for tonight's triggering. I hope you are too, my brother.
Listen,
because tonight is going to be a fantastic show.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to know, right? Ladies and gentlemen, explain something to you all, right?
See you first in the debauchery.
Yeah. Let me explain something to you all, right? You know what, Derek? Whenever Derek come and Derek asked me for the last half an hour if I'm ready. Man asked me, you ready for tonight? You ready? Man send me a message, you ready? I am ready. Are you ready? Man, get on the call. You ready? So this is not gonna bode well for your hero. It's not gonna bode well for the protagonist of this short. This is gonna be a rough one. Anyhow, Derek talk to people about G-Syndicate and let me do the housekeeping, man. How let the people know how to engage G-Syndicate.
Yeah, man. You can find us on G-Syndicate6.com. You can find us on everything else at G-Syndicate6. Now, the Instagram thing, some of you have been concerned about the fact that, you get messages from our G-Syndicate6 account. Mm-hmm. That has been hacked. Just report that page. You see the one, G-Syndicate6 on Instagram, S-A-X, spell that out. Are we good to go, right? Mm-hmm. So check us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, here.com as well too. SoundCloud. Check us on all those things at G-Syndicate6, but on Instagram, you got to spell it out S-A-X. G-Syndicate S-A-X. And you can report the one with the number. That is the people got control of that. And essentially, inland it goes. So we got to take that out.
Right. All right. Well, that is what it is. Check out G-Syndicate. And as they come in, we got the numbers coming in slow. So as they come in, just like the content. Because we are indeed the Senate Podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do content for you 5 days a week. We do the Tuesdays and Thursdays. We do the live stream, the non-dips, we do the space. That is the Senate Podcast. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. we go live. And this is Barbados time because I know we got 1 or 2 international people, right?
Correct.
As my man Kevin said, no Vaseline, Benji's, right? And that's what it is. We're here. Priya in the house, man. Good night. I know that you and the warrior princess, doing a little battle to get she sleep. But thank you very much for joining us. But as I was saying, yes, this is the Senate Podcast. Along with the live streams, Derek. You got to let people know we do the shorts, the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. True. The wildness, that is the Senate shorts. We had a very good one that we posted. I thought it was a good conversation in terms of another content creator was a podcast. Most people believe that all men want is sex. All men want is the meow, right? The meow mix, right? But really and truly, if as the conversation went, if that's all you offering, that's all we taking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Understand? If you selling water, being a tap water, but as you start to offer champagne, guess what we drinking?
That's a fact.
So so check out the Senate Podcast. All of our credentials here, all of our engagement here is on the lower right of your screen, so you can engage us. The Senate Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Senate 246, the Senate 246 on Instagram, and then Senate in session at gmail.com for anybody that wants to do things the old traditional way, or if you want to contact us about any business opportunities or anything you want to have us, look over or to discuss, you can reach us there. Anyhow, as I said, every Tuesday and Thursday, let me see how many numbers we got here, or if we got kind of fill time. We got 5. We slowly coming in. We would have been talking on Tuesday, the fan submission, episode 211, fan submission night. And now, of course, we got part 2 of the fan submission night. We're keeping it classy, keeping it French. And that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about the things that you guys would have sent to us. Now, as usual, Derek's phone is the busiest phone in Barbados, bar none. It has the most memes per megabyte of any phone in Barbados. I guarantee you that. And Derek's trying to clear the phone. Obviously, we got more content we got to do. So it means that I will get about nearly 50 videos, and we will 50 bits of content, and we will talk the things wrong regularly. So over to you, my brother, as people start to file in. Let us get the show underway.
So my Kevin said Natalie phone busy. Nah,
we're rating that.
Yeah, let's let her pass.
Yeah, we're rating that.
And in keeping with traditional thoughts, as we get into tonight's show, again, this is episode 212, fan submission night. Like button, that's the only cost admission as you come on in. And we promise to have a very entertaining and educational show for you tonight in some way. Hopefully you get something from it tonight. And in keeping with tradition, we're going to kick it off with something from the Queen of Accountability.
Mm-hmm. Right, she on screen. God damn. Mm-hmm. Shout out Cherish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. I'll say this, right? While men need to be more vigilant when it comes to being taken advantage to be a foodie call, I think in this instant, it seems that it wasn't necessarily her making a foodie call or, based on, she had a good time, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe she was trying to see if she could get another free meal. But either way, my mind kind of make sure that certain things went on. I think that two things, fellas. One, you're taking out a woman. Well, really is one. If you're taking out a woman and you say, babe, I'll just carry you out, right? I think up front, you gotta let them know, yeah, But because this is a first date and because
The people saying they ain't hearing me, Neil.
they ain't hear you,
Apparently not.
really, that is strange. That is indeed strange. They're not hearing you, and yet I am seeing. Hey, hold on a minute, man. You stop me calling me try to say no, because they seeing
They say they're hearing no.
they hearing you now?
Apparently.
What?
Did you guys hear anything that I read?
But that's crazy because I ain't do nothing.
They said they couldn't hear when the image was on screen.
Oh. Yeah, that's my fault. My fault.
Okay, Priya is saying repeat the content.
No problem. That ain't no problem.
So,
That's my fault.
let's
That's
try
my
it,
fault. That's on
let's
me.
try it again.
That's on me. Yeah, let me go.
I'll read through as quickly as I can. All right.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'll
So
say.
he says, I got your voicemail. Sorry to say there won't be a second date. Your attitude was wild. I hope you find what you're looking for. She says, how are you going to tell me there won't be another date like I give 2 Fs? You said you was paying. You chose that expensive ass restaurant. You didn't say nothing about a tip. How dare you ask me to go in my purse and pay $40, honey? I already found what I was looking for. You was a free meal. He says, wow, so you with someone already and using other men for free dates? It's done all the time, dude. It happens. She says, I'm done talking. He says, I'm done talking to you, bird. All right?
Mm-hmm.
She says, I can be with 10 men if I wanted. I'm grown and I pick and choose at my leisure. We're not exclusive. I only known you for a month. You wasn't my type anyway. Yeah, pay attention, guys. They will date you for a free meal, not necessarily a free meal, but they will avail themselves of your resources, even if they don't like you, right?
Mm.
You wasn't my type anyway. Your gap is unattractive. I hope you find what you're looking for. Don't smile though. He says, how clever I was born with my gap. You wasn't born with that wig and gallons of makeup you had on. She says, who spent almost $200 on dinner? Hey, it wasn't me. So talk all you want about my looks, sweetheart. I got what I wanted without trying or giving it up. He said, that's cool. Your attitude was enough for me. Go find another victim and stop texting me crazy. She says, you being cheap was enough for me. You don't ask women to help with the bill, equality and all that. When you chose the location, idiot, you will never get a woman doing that. So my guy reposted the voicemail she would have left on his phone and said, your voicemail said otherwise. You said you had fun. Now you're upset because I told you there wouldn't be a second date. Peace. She says, F off. My guy says, care.
Yeah.
We got Justin and he crying.
Yeah, we got Justin. Yeah. All right. So apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. That was me trying to solve a problem and eventually create another one. But anyhow, as I was saying, I think, fellas, we need to be cognizant of something. We need to be cognizant that if upfront, if you're asking a woman for a date, you need to explicitly let her know, yeah, I just let you know, I can't first date, interested in getting to know you better. But have that conversation, that initial conversation of where her mindset is at, right? If you choose the location and you did not expressed having her pay tip half, whatever, right? You did not have that conversation, then it can lead to an awkward situation. But I think it is imperative that men be discerning when from day one, from ball one, from the first interaction you have with a woman, let alone the first date. You have to be vigilant, mindful, aware, and discerning with whom you decide to take on. For example, I've never had this issue. I've never had an issue where I went out with a woman on the first date and I had to discuss about her paying half or where we going or anything like that. Everything seemed very seamless. Everything seemed very above board. But again, my discerning is probably different than some men's discernment, right? Like the women I decide to choose to take up a goat with, I know that them women that can stick up and tell me, carry me to the cliff and I only with you because you look like you got it, right? So I think that have that conversation early up. Say, listen, just let you know this is a first date. I'm trying to get you to know you better. And a good way around this is to choose something simple for a first date. Go to a bar. Go to an establishment that is not necessarily as pricey. You can go to places where you can interact with the person and it not break your pocket if it comes to you paying the bill. But I find that if the exposure or the risk is greater when you take a woman out to a fancy restaurant and it turns out that she's just using you for food. You understand what I mean? You out $500, $600, $1,000, and the woman ain't interested in you no more. Even though this situation was the man not really feeling her anymore and she started to act crazy. I think men need to be more discerning about it. Even if you got it like that, and you are questioning whether this woman is woman that you should take on, if you're not sure about your judgment or whatever, then be very careful what you do on a first date. If you say, man, we could go and watch. A good one is like something physical, go to the beach, go on a hike, go to Lucky Horseshoe, local eatery here in Barbados that is kind of like the equivalent to, I would say, TGI Fridays, somewhere around that ballpark. But you go to some place where you can have that interaction, and have a meal, but not tarnish the expectation of money and provision and sex and all of that there. You know what I'm saying? That's my take on it.
Yeah, man. I see Justin saying here, I think if you invite anyone out, man, woman, or child, is with the understanding that you're paying. And pretty much, yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. There's a fairly easy way to solve all the problems. The challenge comes when, women don't ask what men. So it means they may always be paying. But having said that, fellas, please note, if you're the person doing all the inviting and as a result doing all the spending, then that is a fairly good indication. Somebody don't need to necessarily be rolling with, for any long-term kind of situation. And she's right. The woman was right in that he was the person who chose the restaurant and all that.
Agreed.
But I do feel like if this was a bit of a test, let me see if you could put the tip.
Excuse me. Yeah.
To see what the response would have been. And he got the answer that he was looking for, I believe. But let me assume for the most part, or take it at face value, that he killed the woman and then come cover the tape.
Right.
I had to ask her after the fact to cover the tape. As you said, find something cheaper to do.
Yeah.
Find something cheaper to do. You make that choice and now somebody else got to kind of try to dig you out of that hole. It ain't fair to the woman, in all fairness.
True.
But if she did say that she had a good time in the voicemail.
She did say
and she was
that.
looking to have a second date.
Yep.
Whether her second date request was genuine or she was just looking for free food, that's up for debate. Right? That's up for debate. But it is what it is. Let me get you next one, Daniel.
All
right, within your budget, guys.
Yeah. All right. Next one is on screen.
Yes. So my guy here, so you can see the big V in the middle of my head, and it says the caption reads, "When she's still pregnant on April 2nd," and you can see the pain that my man is enduring right there. Let's go on there.
Not an April Fools.
Not an April Fools, guys. So be careful. Just don't shoot at the club. Really.
Yeah.
Right,
be
guys?
careful. Be careful of. Yeah.
But them things is regret.
Put a silence up on the tool.
Yeah, there's regret out there. 20 years down the line, right? So this next one comes from Beijing Confessions 246.
And it
as usual, I say you take this with a pot spoon of salt, right? And it reads, "I left my woman home with my father, come home after 2 hours or leaving home because the car broke down going work. I left it at the mechanic. I pulled the front door. I hear my girlfriend bawling. When I pulled the bedroom door, it shut. I opened it with the key. She was trying to push off my father. I was shocked, both naked, my doggy hard, full with pokey oil. My father walked past me, went in the bath. She didn't say a word, went in the bath. And I hear she getting F again. I near went mad." Beijing Confessions. "I can't even put she out because it's daddy house. All of we still living in there. She just sleep in he room. She clothes still in by me. I feel so stupid, hurt, and suicidal all at once. Any advice on how to get over this from you or your followers, fam?"
Now, you were starting to read this, right? And I said, we cover this already. We do a short with this already. Lo and behold, this is a whole different, a whole new different bit of foolishness. Advise my man, get the rig of them people in your house. If you at them, if you
Get
got the
from
house,
out
right? Get from out there. Like this ain't rocket science. You come in at your father place and you find your father doing grown man things. The woman is regardless.
She's willingly going.
Yeah, it has no. It matters not who the woman is. It just so happens that you're a woman. Shoot, even more impetus for you to get from around there. Then a get over. Get from around there. Clearly, she make it. She bad.
I don't understand why this is so complicated.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Remember, I just said 6 feet of rope on a 3-foot banana tree.
Yep.
Yeah, them are things that no man needs to be seeing.
No,
you know what I mean?
Sir.
No, she's big up Philip any crank. No coming in.
Shout out Philip, man.
Yeah. No man needs to be privy to those kinds of situations. And if you happen to be privy to those kind of situations, gentlemen, this is why we need to be the best version of ourselves, striving all the time for improvement, so that we don't have to endure situations like these. So if you come home, fellas, and you find that, your brother or your cousin, your father, remember my man Zoe, big shout out Dr. Kerry, man. When Zoe was calling in, Kendra G. Zoe say, look, he don't want nobody dealing with his family members.
Yeah. But hey, that should,
Yeah.
I mean, sad to say that you gotta make that a requirement, but
Know what I mean?
gotta make that non-negotiable, but
If you in a house and you family members dealing with you, girl, you might want new family members. You can't change them, but you can certainly change your girl.
You can change your place of address too. Just sing.
Too. Yeah, give me the next one. Let me press forward here.
Let me press forward. Jeez, on. Let me get it.
And it reads, turn up the cheek. All women should have an affair once in their life. It made me feel sexier and look younger. This is by Rachel Foster in March 2021.
Let me get it, Rachel.
And the next part, she says, this part was hilarious to me. Rachel's now 46 and still searching for the one, but would not rule out cheating again. Gentlemen, ladies, female empowerment is a beautiful thing. If you think that female empowerment is a beautiful thing, put some ones in the chat. Please do that, because you got to love the fact that a woman can say, point blank in an article, yeah, I down for some cheating. I think it's great. I think it's necessary for the fulfillment of my life to do some cheating. I would love to hear men going on, writing an entire article and publishing it, saying, oh, my man should just cheat willy-nilly. Because you try to explain that, men's nature is not necessarily monogamous. Women are trying to hear that, Women are trying to hear no part of that. But this lady, and the matter of fact, you're ashamed to say, oh, when the man can't keep it in your pants, when it's this and then next and third, straight sign language come up, right?
But you then also hear that women like sex just as much as men too. We hear that too. We shit.
And we saw it was Thursday, Tuesday night, whenever it was. We had the little video clip with Lonnie Love, how she was celebrating the fact that a woman was able to have the rumble and cheat with other people and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. She celebrated that. And now we have this lady. He was saying she's searching for the one, but would not rule out cheating again. So you, as a fella, gentlemen, let me know. You see this, you say to yourself, you find Rachel appealing to you, and you decide, hey, let me take on Rachel. But then you see, hey, Rachel would not rule out cheating again. Are you now willing to take on Rachel to you in this particular situation which she wants to bring to you? Let me know.
Here's my quick take on this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Sure. Let me make it a broad stroke. If you are going to put out into the universe via a publication or social media or whatever that you are indeed looking for the one, please do not also in the same breath say that you are willing to cheat again. Yeah, really. Yeah, you can call it bare wellness, because you can either find a man that good for he too, or you can not get the offers. Because the man might say, all right, well, let me run at the scoreboard. Let me see who can cheat who. Let me run it.
Yeah. It's quite possible for you to find a guy who says, you know what, if she bought it, I about it too.
Exactly.
And then, you know, you complain and say, oh, you can't find a good man with all the good men gone. A good man is not taking up this.
Never
It's hard
that.
to say. Anyhow, Neil, let's press forward. Give me number 9, man, because shoot.
All right. Yeah, let me shout out Steve and OTP Tours.
Yeah.
Glad,
OTP
thanks for
Tours.
joining, people. Give me a like and share the content. Anyhow, the next one there, did it?
Yeah, man. Woman saying to herself drinks while on dates to show she has options. Now,
No, who you sure you got options to? This is the new beta switch. This is the new rope-a-dope. You send yourself drinks, I may be like, cheese on bread, boy. All it's showing, right, is that
this is as pathetic as it gets.
if I see a
That's
woman,
really
if I see a woman getting drinks, like other men sending drinks, I can just be like, oh, okay, well, another man interested there.
Yeah, let her go forward.
That is counterproductive on so many levels. But anyhow, if
Let
you
her
like
go
it, I
forward.
love it.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, this is episode 212 of the Senate Podcast. It's fan submission night. So we're cranking with some of the wildness that y'all have sent us. Let's go forward. Yeah.
All right, next one is on screen.
Screenshot and it goes, hey, babe, can you give me $50 for a haircut? She's like, huh? My guy says, I want to get my haircut. Can you give me a 50? She says, wait, you're serious? Yes, babe. You have a full-time job making a load of money. Stop playing, boy. He says, and you too have a full-time job making good money, yet I'm always paying for your manicures, right? Babe, what got into you? You're supposed to pay for my upkeep. I'm your girl. I have to look good, right? You sound weak asking me for money to get your haircut. You want to be the head of the house, but asking me for money. Stop playing, babe.
Stop playing, babe. Now, this is my thing, right? Gentlemen, your job is to provide. That's your job. That's what society has deemed from time immemorial, right? We are to provide, right? Now, if you decide to provide for women manicures, that is at you. There it is. There.
Still here.
Oh, okay. Right? If you decide to pay for manicures here, etc., that is on you, right? Because you've created that expectation. You women are risking that. You can't now come and talk, but you want a haircut and this and that. But you sure that you both maintaining her and her appearance? That's on you, my brother. That's on you. You can't come now and talk about how they want $50 to shit test her to see if she can give you money and try to make a point. You have chosen this woman. You have chosen to upkeep this girl. That is on you. This ain't a case where every now and then you just say, man, look, half of some money and do what you want with it. No. This is you explicitly saying she can probably come to you and say, I like a manicure, pedicure, hair done, nails, all sorts of things. And you say, that ain't no problem. I got it. Fam, I know you want shit test. No, brother. No. You can't already clean. You can't already purge your bowels and then no want shit test. No, brother. No. You already
saying,
you already
it's a little late for the shit test. It's a little late for the shit test. Yeah, that horse already bolted.
Yes.
And yeah, Justin, you're right. In not providing manicures. Well, let me not say that. Let me not make such a blanket statement. Neither you're right. Your job is to provide as a man. Gentlemen, we are to provide for women who are also providing something for us. Do not get caught up in these one-way traffic relationships, right? Don't do it.
I want to get some pushback to that. My pushback to that is this. I would say that men are to provide, but not nails and manicure and hair and all sorts of things that you as an individual, a grown adult, is supposed to do. I am sorry to tell you.
I wholeheartedly agree. They ain't a pushback to that.
if I choose a woman that got hair, nails, face, lashes, all of these accoutrements, right? I will got to know what I get into.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If she got all them things when you meet she, how does it suddenly become your responsibility to take over those things? How you been sorting that out before?
Because men are to provide, in my opinion, men are supposed to provide the essentials, right? I ain't got no problem if a man decide all the bills in here is me to pay. Not a problem with that. If a man say all the food in here to buy is me to buy in here. I got a problem with that. If a man say anything to do with the maintenance of the property or the space you live in, and a problem with that, right? But if I got to pay for it, if I got to, you was doing your nails, your hair, your makeup before I come though. All of a sudden I got to take that too. You want me wipe your ass too? That what you want me to do too? Great start.
You know, you can also consider the fact that somebody else might have been providing those things. So since I step into the void, now I gotta take out the slack. You know, I can't cut off one man and then expect to left the woman there nailless. You know what I mean? But if that's the case, sans nail. You know, but if that's the case, I'm very sorry. You know, to your point, Neil, if you're the kind of woman you pick out, and you know you ain't about that life. Left out that church is saying, how do these get these men to go on dates and give them girlfriend title? You know, sometimes we get catch with a little poom.
Yeah. Or shoot, not even the poom, but the potential of the attempt to get the poom.
A lot of men get the Coachy coupon, and that's, you know, the promise poom, and that's catch them. But anyhow, we go forward. We got a lot to get through tonight. So let's go
sir.
Forward.
Next one on screen.
Yeah. My friend has a date tonight. Big up Stephen Wu for this one. My friend has a date tonight. She wore high heels, a silk dress, and a long coat with a matching tiny bag. The man texted her to remind her to bring her wallet because they'll be splitting the bill. She changed into sneakers, jeans, and a sweater. I'm still laughing. And this is a guy who is doing the shit test up front.
Now, while I have no problem with this at face value, I don't have the problem if she changed into sneakers, jeans, and a sweater or whatever. I don't necessarily have a problem with this. But I hope in the changing of her outfit, she has also changed her attention to this man, or this put him in another category. Like he said, well, I pay half, we'll use a friend man, I can use you for food and keep it moving. But if you treat it in good faith and she is genuinely interested in the man, and she changed her, I don't know, man. And at face value, I got no problem with this. If it's like we're going to Chin Chin or some like Michelin star, 5-star restaurant, and you decide to come out and turn up in that area, then that's different. But taking it on face value, I ain't necessarily got a problem with this.
Here's the thing. I'll tell you what the problem is. Why? What messages is she trying to send here? So if he was covering the bill, would he then have access to the better version of you? Would he have access to, because she had on a silk dress and a little tiny bag and she had on heels and all that there. So essentially, I'm trying to be real delicate and circumspect with what he's saying here. Because they see the man talking about pay to play, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's really what it is, right? Because it seems like if this guy is willing to pay more, the more access he will get. And that is dangerous for
murky waters.
Women to play, you know, because there will be people who will be willing to, and again, we can talk about this another night, but there will be men who will be willing to pay, because if they got disposable income, then to me, I could pay, get access to you for a night, ski and retreat, and that's that. Know what I mean? So we got to stop looking at the money of it. Yeah, we got to start looking at the money of it, because if the fact she had to pay now means that she shut down, you know.
Yeah, she
jeans and a sweater.
She don't agree. But the problem is that what he don't know ain't gonna hurt he. So if she turn it into jeans or whatever,
he ain't care. This man ain't care.
Oh yeah, well, fair enough.
And check it. You got to understand this. And ladies, see, we got some ladies in the chat tonight. Ladies, you can let me know if you're talking foolishness or not, right? You got your heels, your little freakum dress, right? It is action. You sending a message. I have access to you. You come out the house and use sneakers. I want you to picture this, people. Picture this imagery here. Give this imagery here. She in jeans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
And a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that lady saying to you? It is nothing's and rest.
And rest.
So much so she ain't even got out. She tore. But she got on sneakers, jeans down to she ankle, sweater down to she wrist. So you would get some, you got a whole, she ain't got on gloves and a hat. So it is nothing for you. Right? That's what she's saying here with this outfit change. Ladies, you can let me know if you're talking foolishness or not. Much like our guy who worked at 13-hour shift and when he come home,
Jeez on.
he ain't even had a pizza to eat. What that woman had on? The very same thing that this woman got on here now. So they ain't even there for you here, right? And you paying all your bills. Anyhow, let me press forward. Neil is another one from Stephen Wu.
All right.
Stephen Wu came in late Tuesday. He didn't get any time for Tuesday for submission, so he here tonight heavy. And this one the Daily Load, and it reads: a woman from England makes men submit a 500-word essay to date her. Asking for an essay is definitely a good way of weeding out what you don't.
You know what I would like to follow up to that be? I'd like to ask her, is that working out for you? Like, men submitting essentially admission essays.
Yeah.
Right? To get in, like if we try to get in Yale or Stanford, Princeton, we're trying to see if we could get in access to you. My question is, how that working out for you?
The better question will be, what am I applying for? You know, what does me getting access to you offer me? What do I get from being with you? I think that is a better question. Because if I go and write this essay to apply to get into this this university here, you know,
application.
Yeah, so wait, I know if I apply at a university and I go write an entrance essay, I can get
you can get
classes,
you get
learning, which will then enable me to enter the workforce in a more qualified manner. And I write this essay to you.
Yeah, that's a contract now. Think about it. When you get admitted, it's now a contract between you and the school in that they can teach you. You just go pay the money on the thing.
So I get here with this 500-word essay. When I take up my time, I spend writing 500 words as well. That's a couple lines, actually. You know, I think about it.
Yeah, there's a few lines.
Yeah, that's about 50 lines. Depending on how big you write. Yeah. So when I write this I take out 2 foolscap papers. I'll fill them with words, trying to figure out why I should date you. What getting again? Kevin says same average innards.
But you know what's the joke here? The joke is that with AI, the advanced like ChatGPT and they like, all I gotta do is put in some keywords and get that essay right to your specification.
Much great John Morant, who did just that for his apology. Digress. Give me 13, Neil. Put 30 plus 3 there.
How to apologize to the NBA player who had a weapon. You on screen.
This one from Fest Hole. The name always freaks me out. My mom and dad divorced and he started seeing someone younger about 2 years later. He finally introduced her, only for me to realize I'd met her before. He popped the question recently and now I'm going to have to watch him marry a woman I shagged up the arse on a Tinder date. Somebody asks, will you be the ring bearer? Okay, says, yeah, the string bearer.
I'll let that life drop it here. If what daddy don't know ain't get hurty, daddy, you know, if you're gonna say daddy, but tell the truth here, boy. Take it out your plate already.
Well, we saw a father earlier who was willing to share some swords, so this mom may not care. His mom be like, thanks for that, thanks for your scouting report. Now you know how to approach.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey man, what daddy don't know ain't get hurty. I think that it depends on, you know, you have a conversation with your father and say, daddy, tell me how you feel about this woman and thing. You watch, you observe a certain few things and thing.
It's a little late for that, Neil.
I know. I literally was just saying, I lay juggling. So I know, boy.
You see my baby tricks in the house.
Yeah, shut up.
Baby tricks.
Shut up, my Gerard.
Yeah.
Brother. Probably daddy meet she put the same Tinder too. Who knows?
Never know. Yeah, give me next one, Daniel.
Boy. Let's get it.
Gabrielle Union fears that if a movie gets canceled, she can't pay the bills because her and Dwayne split everything 50-50. And this one has ladies in a tizzy. They cannot process the fact that, Gabrielle Union splits the bills with her husband.
Two things. No, I know that if a movie is canceled, you can't afford the bills. Like, you got certain things put aside or whatever. Anyhow, that's irrelevant.
But that's what she's kind of hinting at, but,
I ain't getting into that point. I find this part funny, right? That there have been so much pushback on doing splitting everything 50-50. No, I love this content. And I love how, depending on the context of the content we bring, the answer changes.
We get my man Jerron coming in.
Shout out Jerron. If we were talking about a man that pays 100% of a woman's bills, or we talk about Will Smith, or we talk about Tia Mowry and her husband divorcing, Corey Hardrick, all of a sudden now, why you want to get in people's business? What I got to do with you? If the woman want to feel empowered to graduate from her relationship, if them got an open marriage, that is them thing. But no, she splitting bills with Dwayne Wade, and it is a problem. We got to talk about this because she upsetted the apple cart. No, I have no problem with that. I think that, whether he set that precedent or she decided she wants to pay half it, I think that is a good way to, y'all as always say, is a partnership. Again, context.
It's a partnership.
Earlier on this thing is a partnership 50-50. We both, I ain't living here by myself. We used to both clean in here. I want to cook for myself. We both go eat. But all of a sudden now, because he is worth millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, it is different. Because he is to cover the woman. Don't mind that she too is worth tens of billions of dollars. So it depends on the money you're making. I don't have a problem with this. I don't have a problem with this because at the end of the day, and I want to be clear now, if Dwayne Wade was covering her 100%, I wouldn't have a problem with that either. You know why? Because that is him protecting and providing for her as he sees fit, as they have both agreed. If they have decided to split bills and she's still there and smiling and happy, that is what they have decided to do. At the end of the day, if she wants to split bills with her and she won't be happy in there, that is up to her. But ladies, you cannot come about the place only offering stomach, not willing to cook, clean, or anything like that for a millionaire. You got a career, you want to go and work. You want to bring in the bacon, you want to have your own career. But you don't contribute anything to the property, anything to the house, anything to the income. So you used to go and work. We used to get nannies to take care of the children. We got to get a maid to clean the place. We got to get a cook to clean the place. You could decide when and where to give me stomach. And then, when you come home, it's like, shh, you mean I got to pay the bill here? No, we mean.
Here's the thing, right?
So what you here to do?
As you would have heard at the gathering, we got the King's Gathering.
The King's Gathering.
Ginger Lily Hall a couple of weeks ago.
The Mannings.
Yeah. And this is something that I don't understand because Jariah would have pointed out in his presentation. Jariah made the point, once a woman contributes to the acquisition or maintenance of an asset, she will be entitled to a portion of said asset in the event that there is a dissolution of the relationship. So, if Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, and that's here in Barbados, right? That's here in Barbados. It may or may not apply. I don't think it applies in the US. In the US, it's a little different. But in this particular situation, I here in Barbados, I don't see the problem if we want to split the bills because guess what? If I can cover you, it can be like covering you all the way. I acquire the asset. I put you in said asset, whether it be a car, house, whatever.
You ain't appreciating.
I do the maintenance on said assets, and then you've made no input, and then when you want to leave,
it is all yours.
All of a sudden, no, it is a partnership. If it's a partnership, let me partner.
Let me partner. Let me partner.
Yeah, but it can't be 50-50. 50-50 at the time. 50-50, they be 50-50 all the way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No.
And you're right, Neil. If he can cover she all the way, nothing wrong with that neither.
Nothing wrong with that. Because I want to say there on that point is that if I think whatever works for your relationship works for your relationship. You do have to have the conversation. I think that is the most important part. Whether you say, well, here, Chum, I want you to be a stay-at-home wife. These are the things that I'm willing to do this for you. This is what I'm willing to accept in return for that. And you have a discussion on that, right? It's not ultimatum. It's not a demand. It is a discussion, right? Likewise, if you say, I tell you the truth, yeah, we live in sort of way, you got your career and everything, I think it's only fair that if, you want to live in X place and we buying you want me to buy a property, like, you're in this thing, let me show that you're in this thing, right? Because it is about building legacy and wealth. You have that discussion, but by the same token, how come you hands out as a part-time? Because you 50-50, but you part-time in this relationship, because now you choosing when and where to contribute, if you want to contribute. So, more power to them. I mean, shoot, that's probably the best news coming out of Dwayne Wade.
Cody, it is.
In a long time.
It is, right? Justin said she has decided to split the bill so that if they parted ways and she was making more than him, then he wouldn't be able to get from her assets. And Wade also made her sign a prenup. But Aston says this. She said that when she was the breadwinner, she felt that she could cheat. So that is the next thing too. Remember, in her first marriage, right? Can't please women at all. The more they make more, they cheat. Yeah, it's masculine. They make less. He want to be controlling 50-50. Yeah, no good. Yeah, that's what it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's press on, my brother. Another one from Stephen Wu in the Daily Loud.
Mm-hmm.
It reads, a woman gets exposed for having 2 different baby showers wearing the same dress for 2 different men. The little caption inside says, like I said, 2 different baby showers, 2 different ninjas, same dress. And the heifer still here lying. She want to embarrass my family. I'm going to embarrass her. Beware of the whores. Yeah. So what's happened here? Because I see a very quizzical look on your face. It seems as if she's had, these are not 2 different years. Right?
That's not first. That's like, so she want me to go wash a machine, but it looked like she.
Jurassic efficient. Correct. So my girl, like, she decided, you know what, I can one fella can hold a baby shower, I can get to that, and then I can left here, I get to the next baby shower, probably the same dress, or I don't know, maybe she might have had them both on the same day to be, as Gerard say, efficient, or there might have been different days that she say, hey, washing the clothes, wear the same dress.
So
it's just as cute.
My question here is,
that's a double draw.
My question here is, which one you feel wearing the 36 short? Which one you feel got let me put it back on screen. Which one you feel, ladies and gentlemen, let me play a little game. Comment on screen if left or right is the real Chai Father, or the other one is the one that wearing the shooting sleeves. I see one got the belly hug up tight and nice. Tight.
Yeah.
But that
maybe he is the man. Maybe he's the man.
But initially I was thinking that too. But then I was saying maybe she's selling it. she's selling it to show like, yeah, this is yours. I love you. And the other man, maybe. But yet, we should not question women and their paternity ever in any scenario or situation.
Never do that. No, let's accept it as it is, man. Let's press on, Neil. We got a lot to get in. This is episode 212, the Senate podcast. This is fan submission night. It is 8:49 in Barbados to the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. And at this point, we have some advice for the gentleman in the chat. If you could run it for us.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Do you have tons of free time? Do you have loads of extra money lying around? Do you struggle to drive without being micromanaged? Introducing Having a Girlfriend, Having a girlfriend is the #1 way to ensure all of your extra energy is used up. With this exclusive offer, you get to be responsible for the happiness of 2 people instead of just 1. Why pursue your dreams when you could pour all your time into low ROI activities, including going out on dates, taking expensive vacations, and spending countless hours on emotional support?
When I was single, I had a lot of freedom and was always happy. But now that I have a girlfriend, I have someone who constantly wants to know what I'm thinking about. Now I finally hate my life.
Come on, babe, let's go shopping.
Right away, dear.
Admit it. Life is boring without frequent childlike emotional breakdowns. Spice it up by getting a girlfriend today.
Must spice it up.
Spice it up, man. Spice it up.
I love it.
So, yeah, I said that is truly gold. Not much more to say there. There's a little bit of levity for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, this next one, Neil, this is like and Dr. Kerry will appreciate this one. This is the epitome of disassociation right here coming up. Let's have a watch this.
Right, let's get it.
Like geographical location names. Geographic. So, Brooklyn or London.
Your child's called India.
Yes, but you know, that's because it's not related to a location. That's because it's
India
related
isn't
to
a
a
location.
family.
Yeah, I want to hear that again. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
I don't like geographical location names. Geographic. So, Brooklyn or London.
Your child's called India.
Yes, but you know, that's because it's not related to a location. That's because it's
India
related
isn't
to
a
a
location.
family.
It beat bad here.
Big up Marlon in the building, man.
Shout out Marlon and Lee. The only difference here is that London and Brooklyn are cities. Well,
India she don't like geographical names.
Oh boy, there's something to be said for simple education and geography. Common sense, if you will.
Yeah, all right. Let's get the next one, Neil, because, we had something about the father and son a few minutes ago with Bayesian Confessions. It's not just here in Barbados. Let's watch this one. Let's go.
A father and a son. I didn't know, they knew, and then I found out after it happened. The dad green lighted it and was like, yeah. The dad flew me out. He's a gangster still.
Is that what you're into?
Huh? I just like serious guys. I got bamboozled because I asked him if he knew him. He said no.
Which one was better?
How? The dad.
Did you mash the dad again after you mashed the son?
Yeah.
All right, so let me discuss this one here real quick. Yeah, she's saying that she was later. Bamboozled.
Yeah, she was bamboozled.
And the man said, man, don't do that there, man. Just sit up front, like, look, I'm flying you out here. Me and my son here want a little action. She bought it. She ain't bought it. But do not lie to women to get the poom. Don't do that. Don't play on their emotions. Do not manipulate them. Do not do anything like that. Be straight up. And generally speaking, I found from my experiences that if you straight up,
if women got time for you,
you get it. Put your cards on the table, women will sit down to play. But
having said that, Neil, she did go back after having dealt with the son. So let's not forget that
really
personal responsibility in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like how really hurt was she to really be affected? I don't know. The only thing I can tell men is don't lie to get the poom.
Yeah.
Let me kill that noise. There's no need. If you work on being the best version of you for you, shoot, you might not even go say a word. Just go say hi.
Imagine since you get bamboo, not bamboozled.
I love it.
Bamboo.
I see the next one here. Queue up.
Yeah, boy. The next one is from my guys at Dirty Street Confessions. So let us get it.
You can always tell the point in the show, the fast submission, where we descending into the real, the wildest. You get to that part, you show no again. I see how you. Yeah,
that's slow descent.
Yeah. I see how you've curated this very well. Let me get it.
I got DP. I done had threesomes. I done did everything.
So look, for the people that don't know what DP is, tell them what DP is.
Double penetration. I like 2 dicks in my pussy. I like 2 dicks in my ass. I like one dick in my pussy, one dick in my ass. Whichever one y'all want to do, I'm with it. It's okay.
That's fucking fire if you ask me.
I hope so.
Give him a 360. Give him a 360. Woo, give him a little twerk. Ah! How you feel about facials?
Facials?
Yeah.
Anything goes. Unlimited. No limits.
You swallow or you spit?
Baby, all the kids go. No kid left behind, baby. No child left behind, baby.
What is he, transporter? He bus driver?
When they left it not behind, man. Speaking of the bamboo, just said that's bamboo there.
Yeah.
Correct, Gerard. The right place. The streets. Let me get with my future here. Let me get future in here, man. Where future going? Where is future?
I would say this, right? There are two things here real quick. Well, normally we just say, one of the things I was going to say is normally we say when the red light on and the camera light on, and everything I got to say, but you know, I feel like we passed that point of no return. I would say this, right? Dirty Street Confessions, y'all encouraging a bunch of ignorance. Like you're encouraging it. You like, I like that for you. That's fire. This or that and next.
That's okay. I like that for you.
Yeah, you're encouraging wellness. You're encouraging wellness. Yeah, that's what my only thing is, brother man, you ain't helping the situation. Well, depends on who you're helping.
My internet better here.
That's exactly what going on there. Which
No, that was 19. We're going on to 20. No, this next one, folks. People like to think, right? People like to think that, you know, we as men, it is the patriarchy and this and that, and the next and the third. But what this next video is going to show you all, from a very young age, young men understand, you know, how things supposed to operate in terms of how they protect the ladies in their lives. And this one speaks exactly to that. So let's have a watch of that.
Get it.
Boy, mom isn't for the weak watching of y'all.
You gotta lower the music because, you know. Yeah. So there's my thing with this thing here, right? My thing here is, you know, if your son at that age could come and sell us some bracket the ratchetrousness.
Yeah.
One, he kind of understands what time it is and what mommy should or should not be doing, or what certain women should or should not be doing. And two, like, I understand you still a woman. I understand you still have wants and desires, and you still want to have fun like on your hair, right? But there's something to be said for time and place. Now, in our culture here in Barbados, we do a lot of walking up, we do a lot of partying, and you know, we've seen some rather scandalous things on the interwebs when it comes to children and parents and stuff like that. But I think that you got no time and place as a parent. Like, I like to party, shoot, I like to party, get no anybody. But at the end of the day, if my son is around, I got to understand that he is watching. And I got to understand that as a man, I'm setting an example for him. As a parent, I am setting an example for him. As a woman, you are setting an example for the type of woman he's going to want to be with or not want to be with. And judging from that video, he don't want to be with a ratchetrous woman. So, yeah, I mean, it's sad because I find people nowadays just want to wild out, regardless of time, place, or who watching or who ain't watching. You just want to wild out for the gram. Or, shoot, not even for the gram. You just want to wild out. And I ain't telling y'all not to have fun. I ain't telling y'all not to wild out. Do your thing, but just be mindful of what is around, who is around at the time and the age that we live in. If you know that they got cameras around where you twerking when random man ex you child there watching. If it was a girl, like that's a mess, man. That's a mess to me.
Yeah, pretty much. But what I want, the message I feel like it needs to be clear here is that this is not something that has been passed on. You know, this is not something that is just thrown out there or that somebody's influencing him through the inner patriarchy and all that ish. This is something that this little man understand from small.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to see my mother getting jumped down in effect, and I don't want to see my mother getting out in effect. And that's how he understand from small without anybody having to teach him. All right, let me get to any more days.
And I want to be just real quick, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Not a thing wrong with it. See, Church here making the point: your child should not be parenting you.
Ain't that a word? Ain't that a word?
We in a time and space where parents want to be friends. I saw a piece of content that a friend of mine sent me yesterday with some ladies who said that, you know, they would give their 30-year-old daughter a dildo a vibrator if she was curious about it or something like that. This is the type of space we live in.
You like it, I love it. I kind of get it. I put the 21 on the screen too fast, man. So people kind of, let me get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't play the music for this one either. Wait. Sorry.
Ladies, we are not accepting this. We are not marrying ourselves. What's next? We're going to marry animals. We're going to marry our houses. We're going to marry our cars now. No way. We're not accepting this. We are not doing this. We're going to wait on our husbands because can't nothing take place of a man. We are not accepting this.
No, what I would say is big up my girl there at the end. That brought a bit of common sense to the point. To the lady that got married, right? Now, this is obviously by no means the first, second, or third time we've ever covered this in this space. So, right? Woman marry a horse and all. But we cover so much wellness. I think that when you if you want to have a ceremony to marry yourself and solidify the union to yourself, fine, sure. Do what you gotta do. But when you got your family and photos, you got a photographer, you got family member, people. Listen,
and them is the people that I vex with here.
Me too. You be on the same page here. Don't involve yourself in this delusion. You think I could come and tell my father, my mother, hey, I get married myself. Here are invitations. I'll be at that wedding by myself. There is no one I can think, well, in my close inner circle of people, they're the boy kind of that. For the money makers, yeah.
They never come, but they never kind of curse you.
Nah, they never curse me before them. Never curse me before them. Never curse me before them. But if I send invitations, man, so Neil, this is, come on, no. Come on, son. Yeah, the wellness, yeah.
That's to say, I am going to eat the free food. Kevin said he coming to eat.
We gonna hold the reception. We gonna hold the reception at the Manins or the cigar lounge. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah, I could kind of endorse that because if you're ignorant enough to do this here, you deserve to get eat out. So phrasing, but you know, people don't encourage this here, and I want to say if a man was so ignorant, let's just say I get married to myself, people would call you all kind of pathetic, what kind of loser he is, what kind of incel he is. But here it is, we cover a woman married a tree. He talked about one woman that married a train station or something, so Neil.
Yep.
You got women, as you said, a woman married a horse, one married herself and get divorced from herself.
Horse herself and then get divorced. Don't forget that part.
Yeah, you know, it's too much, man.
Too much is sufficient, man. I think it's too
well. We gotta call a thing and say that people doing junk. Put in the work to get somebody.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And after you get the body, put in the work to stay with the body.
Yeah.
Stop trying to encourage foolishness. Because that's what this is. Foolishness and fuckery. Anyhow, my namesake miraculously is
Mumra,
still
the ever living
out there,
man.
still making content and giving the ladies advice for their relationships. And guess what? The ladies are still listening. So pieces, videos 22 and 23 are coming from our boy, the Prince of Pandering, Derek Jackson. Let's run.
Let's get it. Yeah, what you do here? Do this here. Let me get it.
Nah, sis, you're not crazy. Don't let that man convince you that you are either. You just peep game. You just peep the inconsistency, the lies, the way that his words and actions wasn't matching. A man is going to call you crazy when he wants to leverage your emotional investment into him as a way to keep you blind to the disrespect he's been showing you. And sometimes he'll want to keep you blind to yourself. Like, if you got in that relationship before you really knew who you were, like your value and how to love on yourself, a man could get comfortable bringing you the bare minimum. And then if you realize who you are during the relationship and you start loving yourself, so you require him to love you accordingly, that's the equivalent to you shaking the table that he got so comfortable bringing nothing to. So yeah, in his mind, it's like, hold on, where all of these standards come from? Where all of this self-esteem come from? What you mean I need to be accountable? What you mean you're gonna leave if I do this or talk to you like that again? You crazy. But don't let that spook you, because it's better to be the woman that a man calls crazy than to be the woman that a man thinks he can play with like she's dumb.
We get 23 on screen. We get 23 on screen.
Truth is, a lot of dudes who are like 45, 50 years old who refuse to date women their age, they don't do so because they prefer young women and how they look. Because let's be real, it's a lot of 40-something-year-old women that'll give these 20-something-year-old girls a run for their money. But it's because of the mental aspect. Like, as a guy gets older, one who wants to play games, by the way, who's like 40-something, 50 years old, he remembers it being easier to play those games whenever he was like 20. Because women in that age group, they're more on hope than they are experience. But experience is the best teacher. So as he gets older and he's trying to date women his age, they're like, no. I've seen your kind before. Like, I've lived the proof that you're here to waste my time. And I ain't going. So now he gonna go out here talking about how he prefers younger women because older women his age are full of baggage and they're bitter. And it's like, nah, they ain't full of baggage and bitter. They have a BS detector, so they're harder to manipulate. And manipulative men don't like that.
Jesus be a shield to me tonight. Jesus be a shield. Listen, this was released 3 years ago. This is a 5-year-old video.
My man, this release here.
That video.
This release here and there.
Nah, these
videos in 3 months old. These are 2 months old.
This is a man. This is a man, though, that horn his wife in front them house. This is a man that fly out women and foot in their married bed. This man talking about don't let this man lies. Don't let this man shake the table that he ain't bringing nothing to.
But here's the thing, Neil. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that Derek is speaking from his own personal experiences and allowing the ladies to know what to look for. Having said all that, right? Ladies, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, right? Because I know Derek is, and when I say Derek, I don't mean myself. I mean, Derek is reasonably good looking, I suppose. You know, nice tight turtleneck, bright orange, and got nicely faded, everything lined up. Barber working with a T-square, right?
And a level.
Yeah. Don't let these things fool you, right? When he says that older men prefer younger women because they want to manipulate them, the reality is it's probably more difficult for an older man to get a younger woman because younger women got more options. As bad as that sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as bad as that sound. So we know, right? We know younger women, they got people in their own age bracket, they got older men, they got all the options. They got my man Snow, they got Rihanna as well, right? By the way, let me say here that his wife seems to be thriving now that she's divorced from him. Right? But we digress. Let's press on, Neil. Let's get 24. Because this one, brace for impact, man. Because this lady, she is saying to you, because Derek Jackson just said, you know, men prefer younger women because they feel that it could trick them. But this lady, who is certainly not a younger woman, is going to tell you exactly why Derek Jackson is talking some good horse manure that's happening.
Let's get it. Lady content, people. Let me get some likes up.
Has 3 kids. She should be looking for a man who's a lot older, who's already able to take care of her and her 3 kids. Like, you can't be talking to guys who are around our age, like, because they're gonna say the same thing. Like, I'm not taking on that baggage.
Let's play that again.
If a woman has 3 kids, she should be looking for a man who's a lot older, who's already able to take care of her and her 3 kids. Like, you can't be talking to guys who are around our age, like, because they're gonna say the same thing. Like, I'm not taking on that baggage.
And that is from the horse's mouth. Well, let me say horse. That is from a woman's mouth.
Directly.
I think that, for first things first, let me just say here unequivocally, Derek Jackson is the epitome of a snake oil salesman. If you can't see that, we can't help you. We don't have a problem with empowerment, positive empowerment, nor do we have a problem with somebody that, for example, a lot of people early on in this podcast history said, what do we know about relationships? We are both, Derek is divorced, I have never been married. Shoot, I can't put in a relationship anywhere on any document in Barbados, right? But by the same token, there is something to be said for lived experiences, right? Marcel many boat doors. Marcel screen doors for the submarine. At the end of the day, right? I believe that there's something to be said for your past. If Madoff was to come, I tell you, he got some insurance plans to sell you. I think
full good.
If he tells you, look, I know I've been held for these charges or whatever, I've been acquitted, but by the same token, well, shoot, ain't even acquitted. I have done it. The man said I have done it. And he come and tell you, look, yo, they give me a pardon, whatever. By the same token, this is why you should not go with this insurance company or do these insurance schemes. This is why you should come back to me. If you sign up with that, if you say, well, that is why you agree that, you know, Madoff say, I know my worth now because of insurance and where to go and how to get my money to work for me. Use a goat. You want grass and a collar and a bell. You madman.
That'd be like, you know, Michael Jackson opening a day nursery and people sending the children to it. You know, give me, I mean, I would say that, we ain't saying that you do nothing, you know, but the cloud just looming over here, you know, Neil. Let me hear the next clip to hear this lady, because this lady is saying the same thing, right? give it 25 days.
Oh, that was so good. Let me get this next one here. So
Messaged me and she said, you know what? I wasted a lot of my time. And, you know, now that I have my 3 kids and, you know, my marriage didn't work out, I want to, you know, really start taking those guys who I thought was like lame guys. I want to start giving them a chance. And I said, ooh, wee. How unfair. How unfair is it for the lame guys, as she called it, to have to be with you after you done been ran through and got all these kids from another man or two, and you really think you're deserving of a good man now at this point? That's so unfair. Guys, you got to be real cautious. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with being with a woman with kids, but you got to be real cautious because sometimes the women are willing to settle for you because they know that the guys they want is just not worth a dang on thing.
Oh, I love this. No, I love this for the reason women don't give good men a chance, and I don't want to use good men because I truly believe, right? Look,
exactly, Justin.
Yeah, you're hard. You're hard. You're hard.
Bro,
Yeah.
certain things.
For those of you that don't know, Springer is an all-girls school, secondary school here in Barbados. Whew, that was hard. I don't want to say good man, because I believe if you are a woman, even though you may have 3 kids, and you are willing to be a good woman or a good wife to a good man, I think you deserve a good man. So don't let me say good man, but there's something to be said for you overlooking all of the good men that you would have had in your past. The bad men do you over, screw you over, give you children, etc., etc., etc. And now you literally demanding it from the universe, from God, Allah, however you process deities and the man above or the person above. You know, thinking that you deserve it. You're entitled to a good man, and you're holding men to this made-up standard based on the ghosts of boyfriends past and the evils that they would have perpetuated on you. So now, I am interested in you and your 3 children. I literally considering taking out that job work. But I cannot be Tyrone, Trayvon, and Dustin. I can't be them, man.
All the Vaughns.
Right. Trayvon. What was my name? Future Traverius, or say so? You guys are, but anyhow, I can't be those men, right?
Pookie and Pooquavius.
So now my standard is not even a standard for you, but just not what you're willing to deal with because you've been hurt before by a man that exhibited certain red flags. We often say, now I know some people in this space would and that about men empowerment and stuff like that would say don't date women with children. We ain't gonna go that far because we understand that as they get older, you know, the likelihood of engaging a woman, particularly close to your age, will have a child at least one, right? These things happen, divorce happens, etc. What we will say is that you gotta know a good deal when you see it. A woman that has 3 children from 4 fathers, not that one. A lady that has 3, I think you got to know what you're willing to deal with and put up with, and you always have to look at situations with what is going to give you the least amount of stress and anxiety, right?
Yeah.
And if you're gonna take up a woman and she 3 kids, even if it's from one man, are these children? What kind of children these are? Huh? When you because the dating that happens with children is that you meet the parent first. And over time, when the parent feels ready and comfortable enough to expose you to this child, to their children, then they're going to do that. By that time, you in it. You can't now discern that your children is hard ears, badass kids. You know, telling, it's too big for me.
I know you're going to meet the father.
Exactly.
Fathers.
Exactly.
And you never know, what kind of situation going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lady who's she and one of the fathers of her children don't speak at all, and that's because of legal situations. So nobody don't want to be wrapped up in that kind of drama. And then when you think again, we talked about it earlier, a man's job is to provide. So when they got to provide, I ain't just providing for me and my girl. I got to provide for me, my girl,
and your children,
and 3 others.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's immediately a bad investment, very little return. But anyhow, Neil. Let's press on. No, Rudy Gobert would have tweeted a few months ago, "Insecurity is loud," right? About Draymond Green, and then this is after Draymond punched Jordan Poole in the preseason. Fast forward now, coming on to the end of the season, and Rudy Gobert himself punched Kyle Anderson, who I cannot figure out why
why would you punch?
He moves about our pace, but anyway,
yeah, he will look good in V Leagues here, Barbados.
Oh, for sure, right? So when Gobert punched Kyle Anderson, Draymond in turn responded and said, "Insecurity is loud." And this next video brought to mind that very phrase, "Insecurity is loud." Let's have a watch of this one. Hear what this lady has to say.
Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Like the content.
Jasmine, how did you become so confident? I tell them I became a menace to society. I am certified in ministry, the ministry of menacing. Because I know what it's like to play by the book. I know what it's like to say all the shit that people want to hear. But the first time I went off script, the looks that I got, the shifts in discomfort, the taste of fucking power, delicious. And you see, the key to good fuckery is to not give a fuck. It's to show them how much of a fuck you gave and what it feels like when you take that fuck away. And some people feel like it's too much time and energy to try and be hateful and angry. You're doing it wrong. It's not supposed to consume you. It's supposed to course correct you. My skin is smoother. My cooter is tighter. Shit, I sleep better at night knowing that I have people to wake up and roll my eyes at tomorrow morning. Become a menace.
Do we play the other video or let me start with that here? Let me talk with this here. Let me talk with this here. Let me set this here real quick. She said a lot just to say there's nothing wrong in being in your lane and being counterculture. She chose the wrong words. Yes, I'm going to say she chose the wrong words. Do not be a menace to society. That movie is great, but it was also one that was very telling of the human condition and the gang violence in a certain place in the United States. At the end of the day, you want to be someone that is within your wheelhouse and frame set. Now, if you decide that you want to go counterculture, like recently last night, I discovered a famous philosopher, Digenis. I can't remember if I'm saying that wrong, but he was very counterculture. Came from a wealthy family, lost everything, and decided to live on the streets and be counterculture. And it helped to be one of the founders of Stoicism and other things. The reason I say all that is to say there's nothing wrong in being counterculture and realizing, you know what, there is something to be said for when you cared so much that now you don't care as much and staying in your lane and prioritizing your feelings and emotions above the everyday effery that people brings. Yes, that's it. I can, me and the Latin, Derek and I be struggle through that first form. But when you have that counterculture mindset, you say, look, when you stop giving an F and you start caring about your Fs, that's when the world, you start figuring out the world. You know what I mean? You don't care anymore about people on an everyday basis and what their judgment is. We ain't telling you to care about what the people's perception of you. I agree with what she is saying in terms of the spirit of it, but don't mean a menace was a menace. A menace. Words matter. We were told that words matter. Use a menace, and she said effery a lot. Like use the master, the founder of fuckery. Listen, that's a word salad to say a very simple thing. And I just, you give your opinion now.
What I will say to her is life is about relationships. And if you choose to be a menace, as she's saying, that's the words that she's using. If she chooses to be a menace, that's fine. But don't come around later when you discover that nobody wants to deal with you. Yep. Because you are a menace. Because you are unpleasant, right? So if it turns out that you did it your way like Frank Sinatra, and then it don't work out,
all on you.
Don't be upset.
Don't come confused.
Yeah, don't be upset. And thank you so much, Neil, for that alley-oop, because I can take us into the next video from this young lady.
Let's get it.
Figured out what my problem is. The man that I want, I'ma have to build that motherfucker from scratch, and I don't have the patience for it. I got attitude, I got wisdom, and I got a little bit of ass, but I ain't got no motherfucking patience. I remember what it was like to be broke, dating broke men. The love was beautiful because we both didn't have shit. But now, men are unbearable when they don't have anything in their fucking pockets. And I get it, my attitude be fucked up too. But at least we as women can admit that this shit is attached to money. Y'all be pretending y'all still upset about your grandma dying. She been dead for 10 fucking years, my guy. And I thought I was the type of woman that could date a man in a lower tax bracket. Apparently, I am not. I invited this man out for drinks. He thought I was trying to trick him out of a fucking meal. We ordered no food. So once I set him straight, he apologized, and then he started to get a little too giddy on my dime. He became the gold digger he thought I was, and he didn't even have shit for me to dig for. Y'all are out your brain.
What was that?
Let me tell you.
What?
So now you understand what's going on here.
No, Dr. Carey, don't do with the who hurt her. No.
I was not
don't do that. No.
We don't ask.
That's not. No.
I hope you don't answer that question.
Mm.
Justin says she's trying hard to convince herself that she's happy. You see what's happened here? Because of her particular set of circumstances, she can only associate with, right, men who have no money. Pookie and Pooquavius. Those are the only men with whom she can associate. What she said, she invited a man out for drinks. And she thought the man was trying to, the man thought that she was trying to get a free meal or whatever, right? Guess what? Because of your, and even it looks low-hanging fruit, yeah?
Low-hanging fruit, agree.
Low-hanging fruit. So we ain't dealing with that. Let's talk about your attitude. Any man of any kind of value, and I ain't even mean high value man in terms of what we're talking about. Any man of value for himself ain't dealing with that woman.
So she could only deal with Brett Man.
Any level. So you got to deal with Pookie and Pooquavius.
To deal with, yep.
Yeah?
To take her that stack, yep. So nobody else take it.
Beyond. Them is the man you got to deal with.
Yo.
Nobody ain't taking on that.
Mm-mm.
Point blank.
To a final. Fact.
Yeah.
Nobody ain't taking on that. Derek, you're absolutely right on this one. You could not be any more spot on, because she's saying that she tired of dating, like everything she brought men. It seems that she has some sort of level of financial freedom, and she's on a certain level right now. But I hear she talking about dealing with a man that is on her level or above. You know why? Because no man that has, as Derek said, any value for himself picking up that. So you got to pick men that down and out, that who grandmother dead and still harping about it 10 years later, men that Brett and ain't got $2 to rub together. You got to ask what them men called nobody and pick you up. And you see you got to build the mind. I think you should. Cause right now, you don't bad. You don't bad, sweet girl. You don't bad.
Yeah, we're going to deal with that. Give me the next one then. It's 27 minutes past the of 9 in Barbados, the rest of Eastern Caribbean. This is Fan Submission Night, episode 212 of the Senate podcast. We cranking tonight.
Oh Jesus, no! A woman in a car.
A woman in the car, and she got the weave. We got to see if she got some nails going on to nails. So
how much you want bet? Let me put you on screen first. Let me show the thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen. Nails or no nails? How long do you think these nails are? You think these are normal nails, just done, or you think that?
Because we saw our girlfriend in the last clip, the nails she had on her, right? So let's see what we get in this one.
So we can give you a minute. You can put in your In the meantime, let me plug the show. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit notification bell so you don't miss anything. We do content for 5 days a week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do the Senate podcast, the live stream where we talk the things raw and regular, like here at 8 p.m. And then we have Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We have the Senate shorts. Those are a bit wild. Sometimes we have engaging conversation, but mostly it's like this, but bite size. Anyhow, anybody commenting? Let me roll it, man. Let me go.
Yeah, we roll it.
Yeah.
Because I came to the realization that I am just way too good of a woman for men in my generation. And the reason I'm saying it is because a lot of men in my generation don't believe in love. They don't believe in romance. They don't believe in marriage. They don't believe in God. And that's all important to me. And I'm not having kids until I'm married. So how it's looking right now, I honestly feel like I won't ever have kids. Because these men will lie to you, betray you. And I really don't trust nobody. And it's so sad that I feel like I can't trust nobody. It's because every relationship that I have been in, trust has been broken. So it's hard.
I actually found that her nails were quite, it was quite good.
Nice.
It was quite nice. This is a more serious conversation. A lot of men, I think that's a stretch. I think to say a lot of men don't want marriage or don't believe in love and romance, etc. I think that I can readily agree with that, but obviously I'm a man, so maybe a little biased on that regard. What I will say though is that as I was told in season 1, shout out season 1, you gotta look at the pool that you're in. At the end of the day, if you have men around you that are lying to you, if you have men around you that don't believe in God and marriage and the things that are important to you, are you intentional about finding the men that you want? See, A lot of us like to rewind that. Women like to play a victim. Men too, but not as much as women. Women like a Kadir story. Pity me. I am the victim. You can't talk about me because I'm the victim. Right? And I understand that it is hard for you. You may have had hard luck when it comes to relationships. But by the same token, that is on you. Because if you swim with sharks and you get bite, you can't blame the sharks. It's as simple as that.
I find it interesting that girlfriend said that a whole generation of men are essentially unworthy of her, right? It was Chappelle Aston. Chappelle. That's it. Chivalry is dead and women killed it. I mean, you see, we've shown you several occasions of women rejecting the chivalry. Right? But this woman is saying that the men she deals with don't believe in God. They would like to hear blah, 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 blah. Right? And that she as a woman, she's going, and I will give her props for saying she's not having kids because she's not married. Props to you.
Amen.
Respect,
Yeah.
right?
You gotta respect that.
But a whole generation of men are unworthy. So that gives me a nice segue to it at the table, the next video. Let's hear what. Yeah, I got to take them in real small doses too, because Bear Junk is talking that.
What?
But this lady, who usually talks some junk, it's a very valid point. So let's hear what she has to say.
Just to be clear, this 29, right?
29, yeah.
Yeah, all right, let's get it.
You can't just keep saying, nah, it don't matter what y'all want. I'm still a good woman. Good to who? You have to be good to the consumer. They gotta buy what you selling.
Amen.
If ain't nobody buying what you selling, then what? Think about it. When you go to a job interview, right? You don't come in there saying, I do marketing great. They're like, but ma'am, this is an accounting position. I honestly feel like women, we are the worst when it comes to this.
We are.
Because dudes are telling us every day, physique is a big thing to them. But we like, oh, but I'm smart and I got a business. No one gives a fuck. Men say, yo,
I saw this before and I quite agree with her. It comes back to be what you want to attract, right? Like, you want a good man. You want a man that believes in God, a man that is fit, a man that provides. You want a man to be. But a lot of people don't think about, and men are guilty of this too. Let me be fair. Let me be fair here. Is that we want wives, we want husbands, but are we prepared to be husbands? Are we prepared to be wives? What qualities are we bringing to the relationship? You understand what I mean? So like,
what qualities are we bringing that the other person wants?
Even better. Because at the end of the day, right, we've Laura, at this point in time, we've hundreds of videos we've brought to you, literally, of women with their laundry list of demands and extortion tactics to get what they want. But are they the reflection of that? We literally had a plus size fat woman. My apologies. A fat woman come and say a man must be a shit. Man must got 6-pack.
I was all saying.
So it's like, you want a man to be what you aspire to be or what you would like to be. We've always taught, you see, women just come up with, like, we just come up with this airy-fairy language, this word salad. We are a reflection of each other. We are 50-50. I want somebody to encourage me and push me and understand me and get me and be my person, right? But you want me to be fit. You want me to be wealthy. You want me to provide and be masculine. And you're not willing to be feminine. You're not willing to be in shape. You're not willing to be willing, right? So I got to be Prince Charming and you ain't even Cinderella. It fascinates me, and I agree. Know your consumer. Sorry. You are the consumer. So if you are the consumer, wait, are you saying that right? Let me go by her analogy. If you're looking for a consumer, you gotta understand what they want. We go by her analogy. If you want to sell your product to a consumer, you gotta know what the demand is. Apple sells their phone and hardly changes their design upgrades because they know what the people like and we're working for them. Right? I know people's make a joke like you can release a eye toothbrush, right? Rub off the Colgate on it and put eye toothbrush or Apple logo, and they can sell for hundreds of dollars, right? But the fact remains is that they have found the formula, and most importantly, they go by their demand. Just like we often say that if women decide tomorrow that you got to marry to get the poom, men will conform to that and start back marrying women. So just like that, you understand the demand, you understand the consumer. You will know that you don't have you listen to them. They say that, look, we like that short black rectangle there, so we like the apple on the back, we like that connectivity, we like this feature, we like the airdrop, we like whatever. They will continue to do that. But when you decide, look, I selling this phone, right? I selling this Paho or whatever. You selling this, right? And it ain't got the connectivity the people want. A better speaker, a better camera. Men want to be able to have free feature, nothing, so you ain't got on the phone. And you say, yeah, but y'all have to buy it, though. This is my standard. This is what it is. And it costs $1,500. So you got to buy this. $1,500, you have to buy this phone. Are you shaming the consumer because they're not buying the phone? Can you imagine selling a product that the consumers are not buying, giving you feedback on why they're not buying it, and then shaming them because they're not buying it?
And keep it, and the longer it's on the shelf, the higher the price getting.
You ain't reducing the price, you ain't adjusting the standards, you ain't adjusting the specs. You keeping it $1,500. 3 years later, $1,500. And you sticking out. Yeah, well, true, because they gain up. It has to make sense. And that's why we often question if women really want men. If they want men at all. Or if they want to do like my girl and marry herself. Or engage in same-sex relations. Because you say you want a man, but what you doing for a man? How are you a wife to a man? And we say to men all the time, you see you want a wife, you want a good woman, you want this, you want that, the next, the third. But who are you? What are you offering as a husband? So, excuse me if I am tired of hearing women with their laundry list and extortion list, their list of demands. I'm bringing it to the fore and say, yeah, because that is essentially what it is. You come in with your list of demands. The police outside, you holding people hostage. You say, here, tune, if I don't get that helicopter or plane gas in half an hour, I can start to do some nefarious things in here to these hostages. You ain't saying, man, look, all right, maybe I'll release one in good faith, or maybe I will let go of the women or the children or whatever. No. As far as you're concerned, I want that plane gas, I want $1 million in unmarked bills, and I don't want to be followed. Y'all ever watch any of them movies or any of them situations that see the workout positive for the men that holding people hostage?
Not one.
Not one.
Ironically, the only body I ever see get away was Jada. He said it all.
Hilarious.
Yeah, girlfriend in the first video saying that she, she's essentially all the men are unworthy.
Mm-hmm.
You got to ask yourself where they're buying. You know what I mean? Anyhow, let's press forward with another patron here at the channel. This one is coming from our girl Brittany Renner. So let's hear what she has to say.
Buckle up, people. I know what this is, but I know it is that ish.
Felt like I was always going about love the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And I thought lust at one point in time was love, like attention and just companionship, laying next to somebody. So I've had to bump my head, down the stairs a lot.
You ain't the only one.
Right. But so now I have a totally different relationship with myself, with my body. I'm never in a rush. Mm-hmm. I always find time for me, whether that's a massage, whether that's putting my feet in the grass, whether that's just being in my room by myself, going to the gym. I would say now too, because I've worn many hats. Mm-hmm. And I will say that I've been promiscuous. I've done really things, I'm not gonna say things I'm not proud of, but things that I just would not do now. Mm-hmm. And I would say that, I don't want to just say keeping my legs closed, but that's a part of it, is mm-hmm. not giving up pussy like that, really getting to know someone, taking my time. And I feel like when you take your time, you naturally weed out these bad apples. Mm-hmm. And most people just want to just jump in the bed. Mm-hmm. So a big part of me, a part of this journey, even though it's not an ideal life, like a sexless life, this is a part of how I am loving myself, because there's nobody outside of me that's respecting me or valuing me. So I'm not going to give you the most sacred part of me.
Wow, what a heel turn.
But you heard the last thing she said. There's nobody outside of herself that's respecting her, right? That's loving her or anything like that. Boy, Brittany, you're known to the streets.
You're known to the streets. But you know, I agree with you. But I will say this. First things first, taking this in good faith, I commend she tried to get hard off this page for saying this. But I commend her because that is growth. That is understanding that.
It's called the epiphany phase.
Sure.
And they get around 30, just be like,
yeah.
Let me see. Shoot, Megan get married at 30. Let me see if we can get married, get somebody to marry me and kind of take me off the streets. But as time go forward, asking, is it a bit late for that? You have come up publicly. You write a book. You take the superhead blueprint to fame and fortune. I know you want to switch up and do a face turn. And so not me, I done with our life. I done hoeing. Somebody come and take me out now. No, Brittany, don't worry like that.
I agree with you.
Redacted.
No. It's naughty streets. I agree with you. But I think there is something to be said for this thought process that she's on. I think it's something to be said to understand that promiscuity and stuff like that doesn't bring you joy, disrespecting yourself. All of that is wrapped up in promiscuity, right? Especially for a woman. Yes, for men too, but especially for a woman because the responsibility, not your responsibility, the access to sex and control of sex is more on women, right? But I commend her. I hope that this is something that could keep going. But knowing how the trends go, we're around like mid-30s up to the 40s, she might cut down and come out again. But I think there is something to be said here about taking stock of yourself, your intentions, and how you move with the other person, how you move with partners, how you move with people you're interested in, right? And as she said, because I agree with this part, taking your time weeds out the bad apples. Because once sex involved, all bets are off.
Let's hear what Judge Lynn Toller had to say about this sexual freedom for women and stuff like that.
We are 31. We are 31.
Yeah, man, 31.
Yeah. All right, let's get it. Oh, sorry. Let's get it. Ah, boy, this is a good one. I could tell already this is a good one. I hope this is what I'm talking about.
If I had a daughter, I would tell her to be.
Yep. Hey, put some handcuffs. Listen, shut that shit down.
And not because it's right, not because it's fair, and not because but you carry so much of the burden of it. I mean, it's easier to get AIDS as a woman than a guy because of the flow of the natural things, and there are babies, and there are guys who don't like a large body count. It ain't right, and you can argue all day long that it's a double standard, and it is. But for thousands of years, our virginity was our only asset. Was our only asset. Now we have other assets, but as a biological thing, y'all ain't got over it yet.
I showed her. She's that interview was very compelling. There were elements of it that was really good. I advise anybody to go and watch it. But I would say this, right? Because, and I would like Dr. to Kerry or anybody in the chat really to corroborate that the thing about having AIDS being easier for women and stuff like that. I personally didn't know that. I didn't necessarily think it was 50-50. I just figured, I didn't know that part. But what I will say is that, and there is a double standard when it comes to men and women and high body counts. But I hope by now we have kind of shown why there's a double standard. And she kind of hit on the head a bit. She alluded to a bit, right? Your value is wrapped up in your sex control and access to sex and your ability to nurture and heal. Let me start using these airy-fairy words through sex, right? Now, if you decide to give it away, you're giving it away for free. You're giving it away for free. This is like this. Let me. I like these analogies, right? Let me go back to you selling cakes. And you decide, man, look, we really want to get out the store. We want to start selling the store. So what we can do is we can give it all the product. We just get it. Any boy pass, get in peace, right? Or it doesn't take it doesn't take much for you to get access to our products, right? And then you find a situation where trying to put a price on it. You're trying to hold people, consumers, to a standard, and the man say, "You want to charge me $50 for a cake? You give it for free." That naga up and that, and it's higher than any other price of cake on the market. I want to be clear, because some of these standards wild. That can make sense. Think about. You know what I find interesting? This is a marketing thing. Like, part of my background is marketing, right? And I understand the fact that there is brand identity. When you have a brand identity and you have exclusivity, trendiness, you have a brand that speaks to class and class separation and, dare I say, better than thou. Look at Apple again, right? When you see a man pull out an iPhone or a woman pull out an iPhone, it speaks to sleek, trendy, being able to afford a have than rather than a have not, right? Certain phones are exclusive. Like there's the red iPhone. I know the red iPhone is very exclusive, is a hot commodity, right? People would literally shut down corners to get a red iPhone. So why we give away Poom? Why Apple don't give away them phones? Why Apple don't say tomorrow, Apple has budget models? Because you would always have budget Poom. But their flagship is always on a higher scale and to a higher standard. So, if you say you value yourselves and you say that you have all of these standards, what you talking about? You could have a high body count and expect to have a good man. I find that when critical thinking has died, I think social media has killed critical thinking. And I think that there is something to be said for having value in oneself and one's true innate ability and value as a human being. For example, I'm a tall man. My value would be physical. We were 100,000 years ago. I would probably be on a front line of some war or some gatherer hunter or something like that. Can you imagine 100,000 years ago, a woman say, "I'm cooking and cleaning here. You bring out that food. You don't want to eat in here too. You want sex? You want sex?" Or again a food the caveman next door. I think there's something to be said for the value that we place on each other. Everybody and their mother knows that a woman's value is within her womb, her sex, her ability to speak life into a man. All of that is wrapped up around nurturing. All of that, everything that's a woman's superpower. The ability to nurture, speak life, heal through sex, yada, 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 yada. Right? Why are you giving away your superpower? Just a mercenary. That's like Superman burning buildings. Boy, you check clear for that building that burning. Not going to be able to do it. If it ain't clear, sorry. But as soon as I hit my bank account, it will come. But nah. Like, I got a man down the road there, so they offer me a little $250 to do a job. I can't gonna save them people. You saw how many people dead? Check got clear first. It just don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. And we try to dipsy do the language. We try to move the goalposts. We try to put the square peg in a round hole to try shaving off the edges. We trying to force it. And we doing all these things, getting a hammer, trying to make this thing make sense. When the simplest answer is what that's Occam's razor. The simplest answer is usually the correct answer, which is value yourself. Understand that your poem is valuable. So if your poem is gold, the price of gold, you don't want to diminish the price of gold. And that's what's happened.
Shouldn't want to.
Gold is now the equivalent of tin.
You shouldn't want to.
Well, you shouldn't want to, I agree. I see Tango Fox saying I need to rephrase thinking has died. Boy, Maybe
It
not.
says the double standard will never go away. A man can never be ran through.
After
Because
all
a
the
man
bad
is a
boys
runner.
that I dated, I thought, you know what? Let me just date the good guy.
Sorry. I played the video too soon. My apologies for that. Let me put that back in its place. Let me get you there. Sorry, Derek. Can you repeat what you just said? Because I think I accidentally played the video.
No, the pickaxes were harder than the gold. True. Anyhow, let me get 32. Force is 9:15, Barbados, the rest of Eastern Caribbean. We can wrap this up soon. We got a whole set of other stuff to go through, and we want to get this here wrapped up by 10. So let's get it, Neil. Let's get 32.
All right, 32 is on screen, and let's get it. I muted
You know
it.
what?
Sorry.
Let's
start again.
All the bad boys that I dated, I thought, you know what? Let me just date the good guy. And that didn't work out because I felt like superior to him.
There was no sexual polarity.
It just didn't work out because I felt like I was the boss. I felt
Did you find yourself snapping on him and getting a little bit more disrespectful than you normally would?
Very.
That's typically what happens.
Yeah. And I did things to him that I wouldn't do to Katie. And it's unfortunate because he's the good guy. He didn't do anything to me. The problem is that he didn't put me in my place when he should have, whenever that was supposed to happen. At some point in our relationship, he didn't put me in my place as the woman, as his woman, and he didn't show me that he can lead. So I felt like I was leading the entire household when it's really supposed to be him.
Now, this is a brilliant place to have this conversation really quickly. You see, she used terms like good and bad. The good man was put in your place. The bad man was put in your place. The good man, he's a simp, essentially, to paraphrase, right? But good men bad men are bad because they are toxic. They do bad things. They lie, they cheat, they steal. They do these things. They treat you like dog crap. It has nothing to do with it. Sure, there is an element of leading, and sure, there's an element of putting in place, but that is wrapped up in toxicity. Because a man is good does not necessarily mean that he does not know how to lead and how to put a woman in her place, right? And I would even posit to you. Wait, hold on. I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you?
Sorry, man.
Oh, go ahead.
Why should a man have to put a woman in her place?
Man, women like that, man. Women like, and when I say put in her place, I think women like to be told, because women just know when they're on some bullshit. Women just know when they're too emotional or, perfect example. We saw the meme earlier. I think we saw it in the chat, right? Where it comes to something to eat, right? What you want to eat, babe? I don't know, babe. Or I don't know. Then just one hair tune. Olive Garden tonight. I don't feel like you hear what I tell you. We eating Olive Garden. You can choose to eat or not to eat, but you're going to find something in menu to eat. That is put in your place. That's not toxic because we both need to eat. We both need to nourish our bodies. I have chosen Olive Garden or some option that I deem as healthy or that is necessary to nourish our bodies. Women like that. Women can ball me out if I talk in
So
S or
here's
not.
the thing. If you know that you're out of place, why do I have to correct, or should I have to correct a grown adult? So
right?
are you suggesting to me
Let's get it.
that women are incapable of assessing and correcting their own behavior? Is that what you're trying to suggest to me? And I see people in the chat agreeing with that, but you're saying, Neil.
No, certainly not. I'm
the
not.
only person that you're thinking that I would have to assess and correct would be my daughter.
Child is my son. I agree, but let me go from this perspective, right? We're all human beings. We know that men are more emotionally centered than women. That's psychological fact, right? Various reasons place that on women the way they do that, right? Stoicism is something that's very important to men and to women, right? And women value a man that can be stoic in certain places. Sometimes a woman, you say women can be agents of chaos, right? But we need to. Very well. There are agents of chaos, but it is part of a man's role to center them and anchor them and to hold them down.
Now check the chaos here in the chat. Rihanna is saying Yeah, women like that. ... Not controlling.
Yeah, controlling is saying you can eat Olive Garden and you can eat the number 2 special and you can like it. That controlling is wear this and that and don't wear this and that. That's controlling. But what we have to
I think we need to start correcting our own behaviors.
Brother man,
being aware that we just doing jump.
Derek, you sound like you're talking about you want a woman with accountability.
Yeah, maybe I do.
Wait.
Shoot. Yeah, we get 38 there, Neil.
Yeah, 38.
Yeah, skip over a few and then we get to 38.
We get a 38. All right, let me get 38 here. So, all right, let's get it.
Fam, I'm about to tell you a story why I stopped dating girl online. I was on this line called Tinder. You know, that's before I got married. Me and this girl was talking about for a week and a half. She invited me at her house. Now, we sitting on her couch drinking. 4 little bad kids came out, all girls. Are you my new papa? Mama, this is our new papa? And the mother gonna look at her and say, might be. I'm saying in my head, hell no. I'm gonna do what your real papa did. I'll be right back. I went to the store. Man, I never went back to that chick house. You know what this chick had a nerve to do? True story, this chick did. She went down to the police department, told them I'm on a lot of medication, I have dementia, and I went to the store and left her and the 3 kids. I might be in danger. Now I'm walking down the street where I lived at. Cops roll up on me. Hi, your name is Mr. Johnson? I said, yeah, my name. He said, okay, calm down, sir. Have you took your medication today? I said, I'm not on no medication. He said, well, I just want to bring you to the police department because we got you down as a missing person. They brought me straight to the fucking hospital and put me in a psych ward. True story, put me in a psych ward. The only doctor talked to me, you know what today is? Yeah, motherfucker, I know what today is. He said, do you remember your wife and your 4 kids? I said, I don't have a wife and 4 kids. Oh, then he gonna whisper to the other person, he's in denial. They locked me up.
Hey, Ross. What?
You gotta be careful out here in these streets, guys. You gotta be careful out here in these streets. Stay off Tinder.
Please. I don't know what to say to that, Derek. That is wild, big man.
Stay off of Tinder.
That is wild. The police didn't even ask for proof. Like, yeah, we could get like a picture, in, like, you know, some sort of picture or description of the man or something like that in terms of like, you know, really wedding ring, that sort of thing. Anything so, like, shit. We get a marriage certificate? What? The bumbo. Anyhow, what next you want me to pull out?
Yeah, give me 39 because I told Dr. Kerry before that this chick was, you know, a 304. And Dr. Kerry didn't believe me. I told her this some months ago. So I hope Dr. Kerry is still listening, that she'll be able to hear this 304 and her plan. Because if you all remember, we had our guy, the legend at Craft, Akimi. And yeah, he was able to finesse the game and evade his ex-wife. Well, evade his wife. I don't know if it's ex yet. And this lady is now telling us how to get around it. So let's run 39.
Let's get it. 39, 40, and then we wrap up?
Yeah, we do 39, talk about it, then do 40.
Got you covered. All right, Dr. Kerry's still here. Thanks for still being here. We get into this one here, so.
So if you haven't heard, Moroccan soccer player Hakimi is engaged in this vicious divorce battle with his soon-to-be ex-wife over assets to be distributed upon a divorce. The problem is Hakimi took all of his assets and put them in his mama's name. Now, the fact that he did that, that's a whole nother video. I'm going to give you tips on how to make sure you never end up in this situation. Step 1. Get a prenup. I've talked about this before. I'm going to talk about it again. And you might be thinking, I don't have enough assets for a prenup. A prenup will mandate both parties to disclose what assets they have, where they're located, and whose name they're in. If she would have done that, she would have known from the beginning he has nothing in his name. Step 2, I want you to have a provision in your prenup that requires you to get paid out for every year that you are sitting at home taking care of the family, taking care of the kids. And you might be thinking, oh, I don't need to do that. Shut up. Shut up. Society is going to pressure you into a lot of things. Your love for the family is going to pressure you into a lot of things. And you need a payout in the event that you sacrifice your entire career and sit at home. Because you're not going to be able to jump back into the freaking work market with a gap in your resume. Step 3, and this is something I'm personally going to have in my prenup, have a payout clause for every child you bring into this world. And you might be thinking, oh, you're not doing a big job by bringing a child into this world. It's your duty. Shut up. Okay? Shut up. The mental, physical, emotional toll that's going to take on your body, on who you are as a person, it's going to change you forever. And let's be completely honest, when you are divorced and you have to go back into the dating market, they're going to treat you as a single mother with children very differently than a rich man who's divorced and has kids. It's not going to impact him or his life. It's going to impact you. So make sure you're compensated for it.
Prostitute, and here we have it live and in living color.
Yes.
This woman is saying to you, essentially, you should get paid for being in a relationship with a man. You should get paid for having children. So you clearly don't want them. You just getting these children because
pay a check.
I can get paid to do it.
But you know what's so interesting, right? I can't imagine being a man of millions and I read in this contract, or my lawyer explained this contract to me and say, yeah, for every children you got, or she provides, she bears, you got to pay for them. For every year y'all been married, you got to be compensated for. I would be like,
men are in love, women are in business. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Yeah.
Real quick, I feel as though she, right, now remember the point I was going to make. Ladies, a lot of these things coming out from pretty women that are gorgeous, universally seen as attractive, right? She can pull and say these stunts because some man of wealth is going to look upon her and say, I will fly you out. And he's willing to pay until he see the prenup. And maybe even then, depending on what money he got, he will play that game. But you, who are not on that level of attractiveness, who doesn't swim in the circles that she may swim in terms of getting those rich men, and who ain't even willing to pretend to put on half of a guise of doing these things. Shoot, someone ain't willing to bear no big head children. Because what she won't tell you is that while she be doing it for the paycheck at the end, she can be rubbing his back, she can be, willing to do certain things to ensure that he believes she is in love. Some of the women ain't about that life. So,
but here's the thing, Neil. No, that you mentioned that point. Should men be cool with that? Should we be okay with the knowledge that a woman is in a relationship with us based on what we can provide? Should we forget about the love thing? And just deal with this, because there's a transaction she's talking about.
Oh, no, it's strict business. It's
strictly transactional. Yeah. And again, as we would have heard at the gathering, shout out the gathering, big up my guy Jerry Rock. Jerry would have said to us, a marriage is essentially two businesses coming together. It says a business is a partnership and all them things.
Leave it.
Should we be okay with treating it as such and recognizing, well, look, I am going into business here. Should we as men be, and I heard you made the comment earlier about romanticism, and I posit here that men are more romantic than women.
Oh, that's right? Easy money.
Right. So should we men forget about that and be more pragmatic in terms of practical in how we deal with these relationships and say, look, I can give X, Y, Z. If you come and rub my back for night, you and cook for me, that kind of things. Should we as men start moving towards relationships like that, operating like that? Because I want you to hear how the woman finesse the game. The woman said, get a prenup. Don't get the prenup to protect yourself.
That's hilarious thing. But here's the thing.
get the prenup so that you can get a declaration of the assets. Finesse. That hard.
But hold on, not only that, right? But not too long ago, and in certain circumstances, when you bring a prenup to a woman, shoot, Stephen Jackson. Shout out Stephen Jackson. The woman then signed the prenup on the day of the wedding. And my mom say, you know what? Again, upstairs and drinks and party, but we ain't married today. And she ball, she carry on, she shame, she do everything. I call the father, call the priest, pastor, everybody, right? My mom said, nah, you saying this prenup, we ain't going on the aisle. All of a sudden, prenup is a problem, right? But because Akram Hakimi, sorry, I probably butchered that. Akram Hakimi. Because he kind of put the game on its head, no, everybody trying. Can you imagine? Women are now trying to find ways and loopholes to ensure they get that rich man and secure that rich bag and thing.
Yeah.
So,
as you said it Tuesday with the MMA guy, the marriage rate is down. So you can't carry me to court and fleece me in divorce court. So you gotta find another way. Look at this woman. She said she with them was dating too long, so she trying to get half Tiger Woods' girlfriend. Put he in court.
For her, somebody million. Yep.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So this is where we at. Should we as men just say, frig this love thing and let me just operate in transaction?
What I will say real quick to that is that I think that, yes, you must have your eyes wide open when going into these certain relationships. Of course, you must do your due diligence and make sure that your mind and eyes are wide open. But I think that what we need to do is we have to be more discerning. We have to not get caught up by the cute face and the big breasts and the nice hips and the big ass and the got 5K. We have to be very, very vigilant and discerning when we choosing a partner. Because a lot of us, the city pretty woman, she's giving you a smile. She says some things that string together a few words that sound intelligent. Then put it on we, and then we get confused. We get berserk. Talk about how I want to love you forever. I would never hurt you. I would never leave you. And we take that face value. But we don't put them through the paces and make them show and prove. Shoot, women is giving the shit test real easy. How many countless videos we do on shit tests? What we need to do, I ain't saying to start shit testing now. I am saying, 1, be discerning. Keep your eyes open and be vigilant. And 2, do not be afraid to walk away. You should be able to be confident and be confident and assured of your value as a man, as an individual, that you're willing to look at a thing, at a top tier woman, and be able to say, because she has red flags and because she's not meeting certain requirements that I want, I need, and value, I can walk away from that. No matter if she cry, manipulate, whatever. She would have to do something really nefarious for her to keep you in her life. But you have to be willing to look at, you must be able to remember, and this comes back to stoicism. You have to be able to see situations, discern if this person is really meeting your expectations and your value and what you need in a partner, and say, I don't care what positive she brings, I am willing to say this is a deal breaker for me, I am stepping away. So it's all about discernment. I think so. To me, if you treat it as a business, you treat it without love and all of this here, you are not trusting your discernment.
But I think to push back on that, I think that the discernment would guide you to treat it like a business.
And that's fair. That's fair.
I think that's the only way to go now. You gotta have these courageous conversations, as my man Ramel would say. Shout out Ramel. You gotta have these conversations because the reality is you gotta be practical. Mm-hmm. Because if you are a fella that you work and you got yourself up to a particular point, you tell yourself, Stephen Jackson, since you mentioned Stephen Jackson, he made the point that, he had to protect his interests because they got other people that depended on him.
Bots.
So he can't afford to go into a bad business deal. And he would say, give me half. And then and them other people skin out.
I mean, and Stephen Jackson did treat it, it sounded like, because he mentioned that he was crying and stuff like that, so it sounded like he really loved the woman and valued the woman, but he still used his
business part of it. I see Rihanna making the point, you can love your business. Yeah, you got to love your business. You got to be the business first.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
So I think it's hard for me to talk about love and be real, airy-fairy and all that. Love is an action word. I can do a thing on that, but love is an action word. You can't come into a situation like this and a woman telling you essentially declare your assets.
That's like
talk about love.
That's like the man coming to mug you, and the man says, "Skin out your pocket. Let me see what you got there. Let me pick and choose what you got here." That is robbery. That's what that is. That's robbery. Shout out to Jaron. Yes, your brother. He is a very wise man. Courageous conversations for sure.
For sure. Let me get the last thing here tonight, Neil. You got 40 from our guy Shannon Sharp. And this is why the conversation is so important. Right? Let's hear what Shannon has to say.
Let's get it.
I was once dating this chick, right, Skip, and she was married, but she was getting a divorce. I knew I wanted her. I said, you know what? I'll pay for the divorce because I believe she was the one. That's what I did. I said, why you arguing about this? He wouldn't sign the papers. I said, why you arguing about this little bit of money? I gave her the money, filed the divorce because I believe if they believed in Baker Mayfield, they would do the exact same thing. I keep it 100 with y'all here, Skip.
Boy, and he's speaking about Baker Mayfield too. Boy. Anyhow, y'all check out this this Justin, hashtag this Justin every Monday at 8 p.m. where we talk about stuff like that, sports and whatnot. But, you know, I don't know if I would necessarily pay for a woman's divorce. I ain't go that far, right?
Well, I'll say this. Shannon Sharp is single.
I was coming.
That sounds like a pretty bad investment.
So I ain't like to say he's still married, Betty Bliss for the last 10 years or 20 years or whatever. Man is single. Do not get involved in things that don't call to you. If the woman married and she got getting through a divorce, let the woman sort that out and come as a fresh slate to me. I can pay for your divorce. I can give you the money that you think she deserve, etc., etc., etc. And it goes back to what you were saying earlier. We would pay. You got the means, we would pay. Like, y'all don't understand what men would do for Poom, you know. The day that you all decide to go back to the 50s and 60s mentality and say, if you want kissing and holding hands, mean that we together. You want the Poom, you got to put a ring on it. You listen to Beyonce, no, you don't want to like the behave. If you like it, you should have put a ring on it. If you want to smell the Poom, put a ring on it. Right? And the thing about it is, I given a game of how to fleece men. Because believe it, we will definitely go out down the aisle for access to a body.
The problem is that these women have now the good girls who are not giving up the Poom quickly. As we said on the show that came out yesterday, the stock price low.
So
if you don't want to give me somebody else there, give me
stomach.
So I ain't necessarily go be and stick up. You are not the only supplier in town. So it's a matter if I let you bad enough or not.
Exactly. So I get y'all have standards. I get y'all want to be empowered and sleep with who you want. I understand, but the sad, sorry state of affairs. You know they say change your dating pool. The dating pool got pee in it and all sorts of things, right? But please believe that some of you DNA and that pee that in the pool, you know. Don't get tired with me. Do not get tired. Do not get tired. The men ain't peeing in the pool only. Believe it.
Let me say here that I'm on a push to get some of my friends married by 2024, right? I'm putting that out there. So, you know, as Neil say, change the dating pool and all that. You can check with me and Neil and we'll help y'all.
Yeah, we start on out, man. And the thing is, you're changing your dating pool, but are changing yourself. Because watch. If you swim in a pool, if you swim in Barbados in the ocean, you swim in the pool at the Hilton, or you swim in the pool at the Olympics, or you swim in the pool in the US, use the same person, you are still stink. You still peeing at the pool. So have you learned discipline and not urinating in the pool, in a public space? Have you learned to wash your ass? Or are you just hoping that the pool can change the signs of a dirty ass and a pee? Just saying.
Fellas, hold on to your money. Don't be paying for nobody divorce. Be mindful of what's going on out there in these streets because, hey, he paid for that divorce and I'm pretty sure that woman done with he and gone on. You know what I mean?
Shana's still out here living his best life.
Yeah. I want to close off tonight on a more positive note. And I want us to take a watch of this video from comedian Andrew Schultz. Hey.
Oh, this is the last one?
Yeah, let's have a watch of this and we close out the show. Folks, Neil and I, we don't make any rules. We just make sure that you know what they are. Yeah? You can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. Be the best version of you for you. We can see you guys again soon. Tomorrow is Friday, so you could definitely expect a bit of wellness in the shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Look out for that. Neil seems to have a wild one queued up for you. And when it comes to these dating streets, please remember, folks. We're gonna see you guys again. Let's have a watch of this.
People in here? Who's married? What about just couples? Just regular couples? Okay, how many years together we got? 3 years? What are these guys over here? That's your girl right there? How old are you, bro? And you, miss, how old are you? 30 and 31 Dominicans. You should be great-grandparents by now. You're not married. Come up on stage. I need to see y'all. Get up on stage. Both of y'all. Show crowd. Wow, man. So you said you've been together for how long? 3 years you've been together, man. Why aren't you guys married?
Ask him.
Be careful what you wish for.
Will you marry me?
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Hell yeah!
Will you marry me? You love to see it. I love to see it. Peace and love.
Peace.
Oh, they playing the play stream. All right, later, people.